Hello, I'm Joshua Timothy Medley. I'm from Normandale Community College. I'm my student senate president, and this is my story. So in my third semester of college, I began my first semester as student senate president. And unfortunately at that point, I had decided I also wanted to move out. So I moved to Dinkytown with 3 other roommates, rent on my brain, and class looming ahead. It proved to be a lot, trying to balance a student senate, working at my internship, paying rent. It was quite mentally draining. I began to rely on services such as the food pantry and other such resources at Normandale Community College. And day after day, I would eat cans of what was labeled as tuna, but most certainly was not tuna. I would eat day after day of this tuna, and then one day, something came in the mail. I had apparently not calculated my loans right, and I had some expenses to pay back to Normandale. At this point, I was stressed out as being a full-time student, doing all this stuff that I'm doing, and now I didn't have a way to pay rent. If I was to take these classes, I needed to pay them now by the deadline, and then afterwards I would have to pay rent. So disheveled, with little pride, I picked up my phone and I called my father, and I asked him to help me pay rent. I asked a man who I knew didn't have the money to help me if he could, and as I know my father would do, he metaphorically gave me the shirt off his back and helped me. Week after week, I continued to eat can after can of tuna, and eventually I got to the end of that first month, paying rent with bloody wounds, mentally and physically, from all of my work. But after that, I started to get my class schedule in order. I had found out my budget, found out what I needed to do, and because for that first month, Normandale and its services helped me get through all of that, I was able to get through my semester, and I can now pay my own rent.